Morning Thailand supported by Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business. And welcome back to the program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Kun Chain and Golf. Now, of course, Kun Chain, a lot of information for sure, but we haven't yet talked about the fact that Kun Suthep Theuksuban, the leader of the PDRC anti-government protesters at this point, has made an announcement because prior to this, he said that they give the government, I don't know, like 48 hours or 24 hours to do something or to back down, to actually...
24 hours for the Prime Minister to resign from being the caretaker Prime Minister.
Exactly. And well, we know for sure now that she's not going to resign because obviously, according to the Prime Minister's statement yesterday, she stated clearly that they want to avoid being a political vacuum situation. So at this point, yesterday at about 7:30 p.m. last night, there was a first statements came out talking about the fact that right now the Prime Minister has no authorities anymore in the eyes of the protesters. And they say that because if you want to back down, and they expect the Prime Minister to back all the way down at this point. And they state several incidents where they believe that the Prime Minister is trying to, trick or use Thai politics towards her own gain, especially in terms of the selection of the senators, as well as the fact that there's several incidents where they talk about the fact that the Prime Minister also trying to take the loan and such. So at this point, a lot of the issues has been raised last night as well and pressed once again and trying to tell the anti-government protesters exactly what the standpoints of the protest was. Now, Kun Suthep also said that at this point, the Thai politics will be in the vacuum situation. So they would like to request that they create what they call the People Council, which at this point, I think a lot of people are still quite concerned in terms of which direction this would take. In theory, we kind of understand that it's going to come from people. In practice, we're not quite sure in terms of what would be the measures, how to get there, the procedures, that still hasn't been kind of wrapped up. So at this point, Kun Suthep also has been talked about there's also a talk about yesterday a little bit earlier in the day, and this is, of course, there's no confirmed yet, but every single newspapers talk about this, is the fact that about 1:30 p.m. in the afternoon, there has been a van that was sent to the protest site and to pick up Kun Suthep and going to one of the army base on Vipawadi Road. And they say that this particular army base is actually where is the house of General
Prawit
Wongsuwan, exactly, the former Defense Minister. So they say that according to the report by Thai Rat, by Daily News as well, saying that Kun Suthep was actually have a meeting with General Prawit Wongsuwan, of course, as well as General Prayut Chan-o-cha, the current Army
as well
Chief,
as General Anupong Phao-Jinda,
another former Defense Minister.
No, another former Army Chief.
Exactly, sorry. So let me get this straight. Former Defense Minister is General Prawit Wongsuwan. Former Army Chief is General Anupong Phao-Jinda. And the current Army Chief is General Prayut Chan-o-cha. So a lot of people did not feel very easy or relaxed about that fact, about this particular rumor, because the car did not drop Kun Suthep back to the protest site until 4 p.m. So they have quite a bit of a time to meet. A lot of people were actually gearing toward whether or not there will be a coup. And so yesterday, when there's several announcements in a day, is create quite a bit of a spook for a lot of people. However, at this point, you have to admit that despite the fact that that's the case, a lot of the army chief as well as the military-related personnel has came out and said that there would not be any coup. Because I believe that like any other person at this point, if you actually going to go for a coup, this might not be a best move at this time because the anti-government protesters, some of them are actually opposing the fact that we're going back to the coup. So it's still quite mixed. But in terms of what to do to form this particular people council, we're not sure. Now at 10:30 in the at night, last night, the second statement came out talking about actually charging Prime Minister Yingluck with treason. This is from the PDRC, of course. And the second demand was that asking all the police to actually withdraw from the area. And the third one is would like the request of the military to actually provide security for all the people in the area, meaning for the anti-government protesters. So they are leaning toward military instead of the police. That was the statement in there. Now, just before I give it back to you, Kun Chen, Kun Thida Thawan said also make a press announcement yesterday at the Imperial Lad Pao talking about several demands, saying that the first one, they are saying that the government's dissolution is actually fair and right, and there should be another election, of course. The second one is they consider the February the 2nd as the right day for a new election. So they are actually supporting it, and anyone that opposed it is pretty much almost like saying no to the power of His Majesty the King, who actually signed for the Constitution. That's according to them. The third one would be that for all the civil servants around the country to actually stop supporting the anti-government protesters. And the fourth one would be requesting that the military actually come out and help the government restore peace, but not having a coup.
Wow.
She said, that's what she said. And the last one is that there should all be election in the countrywide by the election commission, and if election commission failed to do so, that would be against the law.
All right. So yesterday has proved that Thailand is not only just the state of democracy, but also the state of announcements.
Of course. Academic side?
Before, I think right now the treason accusation is quite very famous. And one of the fact that the rumor about Kun Suthep meeting with the military high rank officer is quite stir on the social media is because it was started from one of the very respected journalists.
Okay.
And she was Kun Wasana Nanuam.
What did she say this time?
The journalist that specialize on military affairs. So we will have to wait and see what.
Oh, so she probably going to have more of their press release, I would say.
All right. Yesterday at the room 103 at the Faculty of Political Science, Chulalongkorn University. There are a
Your
group.
faculty. Okay.
Yes, a group of. To be precise, I study there, not working there.
Yes.
22 academics warned that Kun Suthep is now trying to splitting the country apart. The thing is that they said that what Kun Suthep Theaksuban, the PDRC leader, is now doing is an attempt to stage a coup, and that could lead to civil war. The group calling itself the Assembly of Defense of Democracy, or AFDD, accused the PDRC of trying to create power vacuum so undemocratic elements could go into the place. The AFDD has won support from more than 100 citizens. They held a press release at the faculty yesterday saying that Kun Suthep and his supporters is now pushing for royally appointed premier and the People Council, and that act is just unconstitutional. And it was ironic that they were doing this statement on the Constitutional Day.
Yeah, yesterday was actually quite a whirlwind day.
That one is อาจารย์ปิยบุตรแสงกนกกุล. He said he's from Thammasat law faculty. He said the idea of People's Council was inspired by Benito Mussolini fascist
Whoa.
regime.
Okay.
And calling for a People Council is just an attempt to state a coup by Kun Suthep and as well as the military. This one is Ajahn Chanwit Kasesri, a former rector of Thammasat. He said Thailand is now facing anarchy and the protest has become a problem in itself and it is accelerating conflicts in itself. Adding that some academy has taken the anti-democratic stance of claiming to represent the entire academic community without seeking consent of others. As well, Ajahn Warajet Pakirat, a lecturer for law at Thammasat, said that Kun Suthep demands for the caretaker Prime Minister Kun Yingluck Shinawatra to step down went against the constitution as she was serving as the caretaker Prime Minister while awaiting a snap election. He comments that even if Kun Yingluck leaves her seat as a Prime Minister, her first deputy would automatically assume her duties. And if none of her deputies were able to carry out their duty as premier, then the senior cabinet member would have to take over. So, according to Ajahn Warajet, there's no other way for Kun Yingluck to do at this particular time. So, all in all, the AFDD statement proposed a referendum on how to amend the charter, which was approved with the appointed Surayut Jiranon administration was in power and several provinces to be scrutinized again.
Well, that's one other thing too. I think it's go in line with a lot of people request at this point, saying that there needs to be such a move that there needs to be a caretaking cabinet, and that's according to the Constitution. And that's one other thing I think at this point for Kun Suthep, the best way to do is at least come up with the clear measures as to a map as to what they tend to do to implement that proposed People Council, right? Because a lot of people are very concerned. Some even say that they don't want the Prime Minister to be appointed by Kun Suthep Theoksuwan, because the thing is, at this point, it's almost like who will be the one to pick the right person and who would be that right person. And I don't even know if that person would even want to take the seat at this time, because it doesn't look like a very appealing position at this point for to be the Prime Minister of Thailand because of all the chaos and such. So anyway, we're going to leave it as that because we run out of time. However, of course, we will definitely update you on several incidents, especially what will happen today, because the statement last night, as well as the anticipation of the trial that will take place tomorrow of the 2010 crackdown with Kun Suthep Theoksuwan and Kun Aphisit Wechachiwa as well. As for now, thank you, Wings Learning Circle, customized English course for your business. And as always, you can always email us your questions or any concerns or any issue you would like us to discuss at the morningthailandshow@gmail.com. We also have the Facebook page, facebook.com/morningthailand. Watch our playback on YouTube as well. And as for now, I'm Golf.
Shane, สวัสดีครับ